Okay guys, so this is our general warm-up routine. I start by doing some kind of contract relaxes on our psoas tendon, also known as your hip flexor. So I'm squeezing my butt cheek right now and pushing my hip forward, pulsing. From here, this is like probably one of the best stretches you can get for hip mobility. We're driving our elbow to the floor and pulsing, right? From here, I'm gonna look up, rotate through, come back in, elbow down, rotate through, come back in, elbow down. Usually with most of these, I do anywhere between 15 and 20 movements. This is a tibial glide. So I go back into a hamstring stretch, forward, knee over toe, open the hip up, flat foot again, knee over toe, back into my hamstring stretch. I usually do, again, between 5 and 10 repetitions or rotations of that little tibial glide movement. Open the hip up, over the toe, back into our hamstring. Again, hip flexor pulses, squeezing my butt cheek. You should be getting an active stretch on your hip flexor in that position. Knee over toe, open the hip, knee over toe, and back into my hamstring stretch. If you'll note, we're not holding these stretches very long at all. I do not believe in static stretching prior to fitness and performance training because it takes away the body's ability to explode, and for a lot of our movements, we need that ability. Again, knee over toe, open the hip. And from right here, we're gonna open the back of our shoulders a little bit. So I lay my arm flat on the ground, and then I think about bringing my chest down to my bicep. And again, I like to do that pulsing. So I bring my chest down and rotate back and forth, kind of ever so slightly, just to get that posterior shoulder band opened up. These are called bird dogs. I pretty much do these almost every day. It's just trying to get some good contraction into our low back, butt, and hips so that we can strengthen and get some good tension on that posterior chain. These are called camels. Another thing I pretty much do every day. Helps take tension off of the spine, helps loosen up the thoracic spine quite a bit. If you'll notice, I'm driving my shoulder blades apart, and I bring them back together as I angle my hips up. We're going to go over here to the rig. Calf stretching and calf mobility is one of the most important things when we're talking about fitness performance, because ankle range of motion can ruin any movement. So my knee's straight right here. This is stretching the gastroc, the upper portion of the calf. The soleus is underneath it. Now we're going to bend the knee here, and I'm pulsing in, driving my knee towards my toe or towards the pillar there so that I get good ankle mobility on that one. So again, this is a stretch on the gastroc, which is the upper portion of the calf, and somewhat the soleus as well. Knee is straight. I'm pulling my hip to my stationary object. Knees bent. This is all ankle ROM right here. You'll feel it a lot in your Achilles tendon. Feet underneath my hips. We go down into a full squat. You're welcome to use something to hold yourself up, Back's nice and straight, driving my knees out over my toes, lift the hips. So the reason I'm making these little accessory movements lifting the hips is because I want good synovial fluid to start moving into those joints. Widen my feet up just a little bit, back down, chest nice and up, back straight. Try to, touch your hamstrings to your calves if you're physically capable of doing so. Knees over toes, and then a good test to see if you've gotten this done right is a normal squat out of the position. Now I'm grabbing a PVC pipe. Go over here. I like using my snatch grip, which puts the PVC pipe about top of my iliac crest. And usually I'll do 10 to 15 rotations like this, and I'll periodically finger walk my way in to put just a little bit greater range of motion demand on the shoulder. With that being said, the shoulder should have the most range of motion of any joint in the body. Over the shoulder, pull across. This is a PNF pattern, which should help, with front rack mobility. Elbow up, shoulder up, full grip on the PVC pipe. You can adjust and get a little bit more tension. I like to do a contract and relax, then go right back into it, and it seems to help me out a lot. I have really bad front rack mobility due to a lifetime of improper training. Trust me, you don't want to end up like me. Good shoulder lift, elbow forward, full grip on the barbell or PVC pipe in this case, excuse me. Okay, this is another great stretch. One I almost do every single day. Unrack an empty barbell behind your back with a full grip. We're going to roll the elbows forward without letting the barbell leave the neck. So this really helps stretch those lats, pulls on because I have me personally, I get really tight flexor tendons in my forearm, which inhibit my ability to lift my elbows quite a bit. So this really helps me a lot. Please note that we're going to want to keep a full grip on the barbell, and as much as possible, try to move both elbows at the same time. You don't want to move them out of place.